Now, how many cases like this do you think you've seen in your time, in your experience, or are they too many? I don't know.
No, there are not really too many. Sometimes people die from complications of malaria, complications of gastroenteritis. They die from severe dehydration. But elderly folks really die from anemia, gross anemia, and so. But then young people, they're just taken like that and they die. But I've seen cases I may have had, within the course of my being a nurse, I've probably had 20 to 25 cases.
Huh?
About 20 to 25 cases. That's within the last 20 years.
So you might expect to see at least one a year.
Yes, about that.
So it's not a negligible thing. It certainly seems to happen with some frequency.
Yes, it happens. And then there are certain times in the year when we believe the Kanaima is around. Certain times in the year.
When
not
is that?
all the time. During August, that is the farm cutting season. Because our men would normally go out in the farm to throw down their trees. They are alone. So they wait for that kind of a time to attack the people. Most times you would find them, well, they don't really attack. If they don't attack the people out there, well, then we know that is the season they're around. You see, it was just shortly after August when my nephew died. Having been attacked.
So you think the Kanaimas are hunting at specific points in the year?
Yes, when they can get access. And then, yes, that is what happens. They are out there to do the damage in a certain time of the year, most times. And then you have evidence also. You will hear them whistling. They make a strange sound. And you know that's Kanaima sound.
So do you think there's any way that this can be stopped?
We've tried to stop it. There have been times when the people have to report cases like this to the police. But then the police men are coastlanders. They don't really believe in all kind of beliefs. Even if they do, there was an attempt made to try to get to the attacker, but then they have not been successful.
So maybe you would just say that again, that there have been attempts to...
There have been attempts. Some people have reported to the police that this is what happened to their family, there's somebody in their family and the person had died and so on and so on. But then they have not really been successful because the policemen mostly are coastlanders and they don't really believe in our kind of beliefs because it is from the start, from the inception of the Nuit, that Kanaima is a spirit. They say spirit won't kill people. Okay, that is true. But then how they have the idea that Kanaima is a spirit is because the first set of people, the missionaries, the white missionaries came to Paramakotai, and nobody in Paramakotai really knew English. So they couldn't explain what a Kanaima was from what a spirit was. So they said Kanaima is a spirit. And that is the idea everybody's running around with, that Kanaima is a spirit.
Certainly, yes, the white folks now are still thinking that
Kanaima is a spirit. And a spirit will not attack a human being. That is it.
Well, I think what you've told us today is very important testimony, as I say, because you're a medical person, then you have you see many kinds of symptoms, and so are in a very good position to tell us about what happens, particularly with Kanaima.
Why I particularly believe in Kanaima's actions is because when I was working in Georgetown, when I was in training, when I was working at Georgetown Hospital, I didn't really come up with these kinds of signs and symptoms. That's why. So,
and these are things you've only seen out here in the bush?
In an American society.
Last question, Nurse. Do you think that there are as many Akawayo Kanaimas, Patamono Kanaimas, Makushi Kanaimas, or do you think some people are particularly strong for Kanaima?
I particularly think that there are more Wakawayo Kanaimas than anywhere else.
Okay, even the Mokushi.
Right, because I happen to have been working in an Akawayo community when I was young, when I was teaching. And even the Akawayos in this village, in this particular village, would fear the Akawayos in another village. You know, they had this particular village that they said had these, and whenever they came into the village, as visitors and so, they still just would tell me, I say, you have to be careful, those are Kanaimas. Don't you know, be careful with them. Don't trouble them, or don't insult them in any way that you would, they would have to retaliate, or anyway. Don't have little to do with them. Just have little to do with them. That is what I was told. But, you know, they never really troubled me because I never really had, when I was teaching, and which child came to my class, well, I had to treat the child just ordinary, like anybody else's child. So I never really had any problems with them. I hope not to have any problems with them.
Okay, yes. Do you know why is it they go for small children? I mean, this doesn't seem very brave to just do this to little children and girls. Do you know why that should be?
Because they're easy to attack. They really cannot defend themselves as men would defend themselves.
So they're not
because
like warriors.
Men walk around with gun, one arrow, and knives and so on. And ladies hardly do. Well, when they went in the farm, they have their cutlasses and their warishes. And little children have no means of defending themselves, so they go for those.
Well, it would be a brave Kanaima to attack you.
No, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so at all.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say about Kanaima?
A lot of times we've heard that the Kanaima got stabbed here, Kanaima got shot here, Kanaima got, not really shot to death maybe, but shot here and this. Maybe that is why, you know, they don't really like to attack men, because they have their means of defense.
Okay.